before I forget, somebody asked me in my last video how I get the background like that. It's quite easy actually. There's an LED light down on the floor that has a jowl in front of it. And then I can change the jowls as I want to change the background. So I just don't end up with a dark, miserable background basically. I can change it as I want and change it with the different items that I review. So, and I'm looking at my iPad because my iPad has a connection to the S1H. So I can actually check everything's in focus, check everything's fine, audio and everything. So yes, and let's leave the background plain. That's just a plain white wall basically. Looks grey at the moment, but it's actually a white wall. So now let's talk about this, which is the LightPix FlashQ transmitter receiver and the LightPix FlashQ wireless flash system, which is the Q20 Mark II flash. Now, if you've seen my last video, which was shooting street photography at night with the Leica Q and a flash, you will see I was using this little tiny i40 flash, which is actually designed for micro four thirds. Nice little flash, but it had its limitations because it wasn't actually designed to work with the Leica Q. It was actually designed with Panasonic and Olympus micro four thirds cameras. So it fired sometimes and sometimes it didn't. But it gave me an opportunity to see if I like flash photography at night, especially for street photography. And to be honest, I was quite happy with what it did, but it's not reliable. So LightPix has sent me this to review. Now, as with all my products, when I review them, I'm giving you my honest opinion. I like to help small companies like LightPix because it gives them an opportunity to get their products out there and for you guys to see what their products are and what they can do. So it was very nice for them to send me these two items to review. So we'll get to the transmitter receiver in a minute. Put that over there. So obviously, got a nice plain cardboard box, which is quite nice. Nothing over the top. This is an instruction manual, and you'll probably need to read that because this flash does some unusual stuff. We'll get to that in a minute. Very well packed. Okay, we have the Q20 Mark II flash, which is here. What else have we got? We've got a nice little bag. Actually, it's a really nice bag. Actually, nice little bag to keep the flash in, and something else that comes with the flash. You have a USB charging cable. And that's also for firmware updates, but it's also for charging. And you have a pack of coloured gels, which is really nice actually. This flash is not going to be like one of my Godox flashes. There's a lot of difference in power. But when I'm shooting this on, say, my Leica MP or my Leica Q, I've got a 28mm lens, and to be truthful, I don't need a big flash. So this will be very nice and very handy. And it's, when you look at the size of it, if we put them straight up next to each other, there's actually a lot smaller. And even like that, there's not much difference, but there's a difference in size. Now obviously this one can bounce off the ceiling, and so can the Q20, it does this. So you can adjust the flash up, which is quite nice, and you can add gels to this. So yeah, that's a nice feature of this flash. Now, this runs on 2 AA batteries. I know that because I read up on it online. So let's get some AA batteries now. Now these are any loop batteries. Okay. So it takes 2 AA batteries to power up. It's very simple. Switch it on and you get this pretty little light show. And that's it basically. It's blinking orange. When it turns green, like with any flash unit, it's telling you it's powered up and ready to fire. Okay, it's got quite a good recycle time at low power. Obviously, the higher the power, the slower the recycle time. And it also has another feature. It has a video light. Which is nice for a little bit of fill light, I guess. Could be quite handy if you need it, but that's quite a nice feature to have that on there. Now, something this flash does quite special, which is the reason why I got quite excited about it, because I saw Robin using this in Taiwan, and it was very reliable and it worked every time basically, but it has a nice feature. If you slide it onto the hot shoe, and if I turn it around and you push this button here, the flash comes off, and this transmitter stays on the camera. This is the world's smallest transmitter. Now its range is up to 10 meters, and to be honest, this flash is going to be in your hand, so it means you can actually have the camera here and hold your flash out to the side. You can't go wrong with this. The actual receiver is in this, and it's a 2.4 gigahertz receiver, so it's a really strong signal, but it only works 10 meters away from the camera. To be honest, you're not going to be that far away with a little tiny flash like this. And the flash actually has a tripod mount at the bottom, so you can put this on a little light stand, put a softbox on it, and away you go. And it's nice for a little bit of fill light. Obviously, like I said, it's not going to compete against something like the Godox, but then look at the size of it, it's massive. And the other nice feature of this is that You pull that out and you can actually hold the flash like this. So it's actually even smaller in your hand, so people are not going to notice it as much as well, especially for street photography. But like I said in my last video, I've probably got the shiniest camera in the world for street photography, and everybody notices the Q when they do the flash. So that's a really nice little flash unit. Obviously it's all manual, there's no TTL with this, so it's basically set up manual and away you go. But the nice part of that is that it will work very nicely with my Leica MP as well. And it suits that type of camera really well. You see, it looks really good on there, and it's not a bad little flash. And if you want to make it smaller, you can take it off and you can just hold the flash out here and then shoot, and then bang, away you go. It's a very nice little flash. It's really well made. Like I said, I played around with Robin's flash when I was out there. He's got the exact same model, and the only thing I would say is he kind of mounts his jowls. He uses the flash so much, but the colored jowls just come out. So let's take out a blue one. You slide the jowl underneath like that into there, and away you go, and you've got a colored jowl. I put a link to their website and also a link to the flash, so you guys can check it out yourself. It's a really well made flash. It's very solid. It's plastic, but you can't go wrong with it. Really, it makes it light. It can recharge the rechargeable batteries inside. You just plug the USB into there. You plug it into a USB charger, and also this has a rechargeable battery in this as well, so you can charge the transmitter as well as the flash at the same time. That's why it comes with a splitter USB cable, so you can charge both of them at the same time, which is really nice. And it's also for updates, I guess, like most companies do. And the other nice feature is you pop it on like that, take it off. So the transmitter and receiver are built in to this little unit. I think that is just incredible. That's the selling point for me, that I can have this little tiny, the world's smallest flash transmitter, that I can take it off, plug that into my camera, and can hand hold my flash, and I can use it for different effects, which is really nice. So like I said, that was just a quick look at this product, because like I said, I've only just received it and I haven't had time to test it. Now the other item I got was okay, there's a sync cable and another USB splitter cable in there, and obviously a manual. This is a transmitter, the same transmitter that the flash has, so it's exactly the same. And then you have a receiver which will take, let's just say like the Godox, straight on, and that is your receiver on your flash with a tripod mount at the bottom. Now this is the world's smallest transmitter and receiver for a flash, and it has a 10-meter range as well, so it's a good little range, to be truthful. Most times you're not going to be a couple of meters away from the flash. Just slides together like that, and then that's inside your bag. That's a transmitter and receiver for your flash. That's incredible. You can actually control the power of the flash from this as well. It's got a plus and minus on it. So yep, and it's rechargeable batteries inside of this, so you can charge them and away you go. And once these two units are charged, you've got 80 hours of operating time, and it says here, I'm reading the manual online, 120 days standby. Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it? You can't go wrong with that. Right, so that's that. So this is a quick look at the LightPix FlashQ Q20 Mark II flash, which is a transmitter and receiver built into the flash, which has a 10-meter range, and it's fully rechargeable, as long as you put rechargeable AA batteries in the flash, obviously. And this is also a quick look at the LightPix FlashQ transmitter receiver, which is the world's smallest, which has 80 hours operating time and 120 days standby time. Yeah, I wish my phone had that type of standby time, but it doesn't. Now the transmitter and receiver, which is this small little unit here, it actually has this sync cable. Now I've been looking for a sync cable and transmitter that will work with my Hasselblad. There isn't actually anywhere on the Hasselblad to attach a transmitter. Normally you have to make a bracket or something, but that could just hang on there, to be truthful. It's not going to cause any problems. So that will work really well for this. Again, like I said, they only have a 10-meter range. So tomorrow's video is Acros versus Acros 2. I've been able to get some film from Japan, so I've got the Acros 2, which is a remake of the old Acros. Now the difference is I say it's a remake because it's actually made in the UK. The old Acros was made in Japan. Now I've got quite a few rolls still left of the old Acros, luckily, but I will be using a roll of 120 with the Hasselblad 503CW, and I'll be using a roll of 120 of the new one. Now that video will be coming tomorrow night, and if you watch that video, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment on that video, and you'll be into a chance to win a roll of 35mm and 120 of Acros 2, which is the new version. So I've got a few rolls sent over to me, and I want to give some film away to you guys. So this is just a quick look at the LightPix Q20 Mark II flash. A full review will be coming in a couple of weeks on this flash because I want to test it. Like I said, I have seen this being used and I have played around with it because Robin was using this in Taiwan. So this is a great little flash to carry with you just for a little bit of fill light, or if you want to play around and do some nighttime street photography with a flash, which is what the last video I posted was about. This would be a good little flash for that. And like I said, it's a very, very good little flash. Now, a full review, like I said, will be coming in a couple of weeks. As always, thank you so much for watching this video.